Chapter 2: The Computer. The aim of this chapter is to give the student a general view of the capabilities of typical computer system insofar as they impact upon the user. This is obviously particularly relevant for students from a human science background as they may be unaware of the basic component of computer equipment. However, many computer scientists are equally ignorant when it comes to the gross capabilities of standard system. Exercise 2.1. What is the basic architecture of a computer system? Answer. Some students might have done a computer architecture course, but they should not give the stock answer for such a question in that context. Instead, they should be assessing the architecture from the point of view of the user. The material for this question is scattered throughout the chapter. However, students should also be directed to Personal Computer Magazine, where adverts and articles will give them some idea of typical capabilities and cost. Exercise 2.2. How do you think new, fast, high density memory device and quick processor have influenced recent developments in HCI? Do they make system any easier to us? Do they expand to the range of application of computer system? Answer. Arguably, it's not so much the increase in computer powers is as the decrease in the cost of that power which has had the most profound effect, because ordinary users have powerful machine on their desktop. It has become impossible to view that power is available for the interface rather than hoarded for number crunching application. Modern graphical interaction consumers has amounts of processing power and would have been completely impossible only a few years ago. There is an extent to which systems have to run faster to stay still, in that as screen size, resolution, and color range increase, so does the necessary processing power to maintain the same interaction. However, this extra processing is not really producing the same effect. Exercise 2.3. What input and output device would you use for the following system? For each, compare and contrast alternatives and appropriate indicate why the conventional keyboard, mouse, and CRT screen may be less suitable. Portable A. Portable word processor. B. Tourist information system. C. Tractor mounted crop spraying controller. D. Air traffic control system. E. Worldwide personal communication system. F. Digital cartographic system. Answer. Whereas questions focus on typical system, the emphasis here is in the diversity of different devices needed for specialist purpose. During class and practicals, the students will be exposed to a wide variety of input and output device. They can also be encouraged to collect device that is to watch out for shop chills, bank tellers, taximeters, lift buttons, domestic appliances, etc. Chapter 3: The Interaction. Exercise 3.1. Choose two of the interaction styles that you have experience of using. Use the interaction framework to analyze the interaction involved in using these interface styles for a database selection task. Which of the instance is greatest in each case? Answer. There is no single answer for this exercise. So we will provide an example of the style of answer that is suitable and the level of analysis which appropriate. The student should be aware that although the 10 distance is used, we have not associated in a real measure to any of translation in the interaction framework. As a result, this analysis can only be informal, and this point is mainly informed by the student association and experience with various interaction styles. Exercise 3.2. Find out all that you can about natural language interface. Are there any successful systems? For what application are these most appropriate? Answer. This exercise is intended to encourage the student to do some personal research in the form of a brief literature survey. Pointers can be given to appropriate place to begin, such as, for example, general text box and artificial intelligence will include basic information on natural language processing and family system, such as CHRDLU, proceedings from conference such as the AAAI, and specialist journals will have more up-to-date research paper in the area. Exercise 3.3. What influence does the social environment in which you work have in your interaction with the computer? What effect does the organization to which you belong have an interaction? Answer. The aim of this exercise is to get the student to explore the social and environmental influence which affect interaction, often without the user being aware of them. The particular influences will vary from the environment, but the student will be encouraged to consider some or all of the following. Work context is the workplace set. Automation set. Peer pressure is the pressure to compete or impress. Chapter 4. Usability Paradigm and Principle. Exercise 4.1. Look up and report back guidelines for the use of color. Be able to state the empirical psychology evidence which support the guidelines. Do the guidelines in conflict with any other non-guidelines which principle of interaction that they support? Answer. Sample. There are many examples of guidelines for the use of color in the literature here and the good source. May he provides the reason which empirically support these guidelines. 1. Color may not be available on all machines on which the system is to be implemented. Therefore, if the use of color is the only means to convey some important information to the user, then that information will be lost in a monochrome, no color system. Redundant color recording will allow of reportability across different computing platforms. Thank you.